Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Get down.
What?
Cat says, I was not ready.
Immediately,
I was
Cat was
not
like,
ready.
no.
Immediately.
No.
He was like, you know what? This is about me.
The second that the stream started.
If
Literally.
any cats who object to this union, speak now.
Are not ready for us to hit start. Waited. Would have waited until we hit start.
He specifically waited.
Buddy, where did you go? But later. Okay. Yes.
Previously.
Hello.
What? Are we gonna do it? Do we
course we're
have our
gonna do
notes
it.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you
There
think?
looks-
Do we
I,
have our
I love
notes
you say
already?
we,
Of course.
like you're gonna do it. No
Like,
one
what,
else
you think
does
I'm
the
not
big-
prepared?
No, it looks like the cat has also stolen your attention. So
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
important to,
Mhm.
confirm that the cuddles can take a pot. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
He's
That
like, why did you
pissed
I don't
cat.
actually know that I want to be in this
That cat
position.
does not want to be on camera.
I
Family makes
here's
you
the
want to
thing.
murder people.
he looks like he wants to be a great horned owl in that
No.
moment.
Well,
That-
here's the thing. He has such a big forehead and a big brow that he always looks angry, even when he's just super excited
Mhm.
and
I
like
mean,
happy.
I mean, you lifted up the cat and it was giving the Jack Nicholson, the Shining Kubrick stare.
That is what I
Like,
live
yeah.
with on a daily basis. That's how I know he's happy. If he's glaring at me, that means he's happy because he's so relaxed that his forehead just like droops.
Like,
My younger brother's cat is the eternal sad boy. Same way. It's
Yep.
just
Mhm.
even when
Yeah,
he's so excited and purring and happy, he looks like he's about to break down crying at any second. And I love
yeah,
him.
whereas mine looks like he's about to murder me in my sleep.
Mhm.
But that's how I know he's happy because he's just comfortable. And we love him as he is.
We love
And that's
Yesterday I was
great.
informed that I have resting judgment eye. And I was like,
Oh,
what?
that's
What?
That's
What?
Taro.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, I think I'm okay with it, but explain. They're
You're
like,
wrong.
you know what you do. I don't, though.
I don't think
Like,
you're wrong though.
Mhm. Mhm.
no, that's
know
called
what I
direct
like
eye
being-
contact. Just because we're all
whenever
autistic and it makes us
I'm with you
uncomfortable.
or eternal
I'm
judgment
done.
face as my resting face because whatever the fuck you guys are doing in that moment.
Probably
Like-
making a pun if it's me.
No,
And
not
me and
like
Mike.
Okay.
specifically this game. I actually do that face less because there's more of you doing ridiculous things.
Uh-huh.
Anytime
Mhm.
I am just playing.
I have now been
Jay
cued
or
by
Mike.
four separate people. So
Four?
four, yes.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
So okay.
you got to do the thing. If you don't do the thing, you're going to combust.
Oh yeah, and Jay Rinker will be sad. So
The hell was that? Is that a hairball? You all right?
clearing my throat.
You finding the note? Are you? You need a second, maybe a glass of water. Consider this you thing.
On Shadow Scar.
Use your whole diaphragm, buddy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Technically, your diaphragm is like right here, but you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
All right, so Molly tells everyone about how she found the coordinates of where Tyron landed. During the day, it's super hot, and at night, it's super cold since the ozone layer has completely shredded. Kai did not know about the exact status of Earth. He thought that the Earth was just overrun by yokai and completely uninhabitable. Another target is right below us, living it up, and the club. The lady with the axe is probably going to go murder him right now. The family looks like they got blown up. Maybe it was a punishment from Tyron or the skin suits needed to be get rid of as soon as possible. Not quite sure what happened there. We just know that they are gone. The window, there is a window in that family's living room. It does seem solid, but there is a sheen to it. There's a hole in the window that has a magic to cover the hole to make it seem complete. There's a smell in the air that smells a little bit like decomposition, and there's a thin yellow slime covering the window. We call Skulk and Smile, and Kai mentions that he took some dirt from their yard. Skulk and Smile say that they absolutely should not have done that, and they are curious as to why he took that. He said for sentimental and personal reasons, he was trying to obtain a sample to take it for the hydroponics team to help improve the soil and crops to benefit the whole compound. Skulk and Smile were definitely not supposed to imprison this sentient dirt in their yard, so it is an issue for the both of them. Kai takes a step out of the room and takes a private phone call with Skulk and Smile with the network down. Tanamichi and Force sneak into the room to listen in on that combo, and they say that we fix this problem by going to Earth to get new dirt to kind of re-trap those guys. Kai threatens Tanamichi by saying those who lose my trust are lost. Says that with a knife. Tanamichi.
I specified that which betrays my trust is lost. I did not threaten to
Okay.
kill him. I threatened to maim him.
Look, it's not what you,
I
it's
didn't
not what you
specify.
said. It's what they heard, right?
Okay,
Like,
what was because I definitely didn't remember the exact quote. So what was it?
That which betrays my trust is lost. Basically, if you say something, your tongue is gone. If you write something, your
Got
hand
it.
is gone. That sort of thing.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay.
you smelling
So-
what he's stepping in?
I
Leave
sure
it
am.
down. Don't pick it up. Go ahead and leave it on the table.
Tanamichi slinks off and says, I understand secrets are necessary as long as no one gets killed. Kai then says, I'm not here for you, and it's a really tense moment. We are debating which threat is more of a concern. The Slough are fed and not an immediate threat. And we don't exactly know what the skin suit people are about. Under the coordinates, on the screen, it reads extreme gravimetric fuckery. The first time
I love that. I've been talking to Amber about that all week. I love that Mike was immediately like, it does not say that. Here is a world with ninjas and shadow cabals and
but
interdimensional
that's not
nonsense.
believable.
But you can't
Yeah.
wrap your brain around that on a computer screen. It actually says the word fuckery. That's where the suspension of disbelief just
Yep.
stops.
Ju-
The buck
just-
stops right
just
here.
shattered it. Just,
Uh-huh.
someone hacked it and customized that display to say fuckery.
Mhm.
Also, my
I
mother
can type
is literally
fuckery
in
in
the
my
next
notes
room over,
right
so I'm very
now.
curious about me saying the word fuckery.
It's just a word. It can't hurt you. You
Hopefully-
ready? Moist fuckery.
No.
I hate it. I
No.
hate it.
You're
Terrible.
No.
All right, moving on.
Let's
Um,
just
the-
walk
the
away
first
from
time-
that.
The first time Tyron went to Earth was a mistake. It was kind of like a plane crash. Not only is there life on Earth, but actually thousands of people. He is now bonded to these people, and they really like him, and he really likes them. He now has a whole second life that the council would not approve of. Then the notes change, and all of the emotion fades away in the diary. It almost sounded like Tyron was not the one writing anymore. It seems almost like a Tom switch. Since Tyron's schedule was so methodical, the yokai have to keep the schedule to seem like they truly are Tyron. The secret was traveling to Earth. Now we're thinking that the secret is that the yokai is trying to hide behind the facade of Tyron. We're heading to the Broken Glow Stick nightclub to look for one of the other council members, Kreeve. Rena and Molly walk through the front door. Hoshi and Tanamichi go through the ceiling, and Kai takes Flora on the bike, which he is ecstatic about. There is someone in the middle of the club making people hurt themselves. There's a huge wave of negativity radiating through the whole place. Helgatha has only made it 3 feet through the club door, and Kreeve also smells real bad. Hoshi tried to drop in from the ceiling to get a good vantage point. She positions herself next to Kreeve while being out of sight. Tanamichi drops down into the rafters with a plan to potentially use his super secret hidden blade. Thor is very excited to fuck with the DJ booth. Cue a lot of sex jokes with Thor in the DJ booth. He moves the DJ out of the booth and makes the announcement saying, there's a motorbike up for grabs outside. Whoever keeps their hand on it the longest gets to keep the bike. He did specifically say the wrong parking lot, and he also wants to block the door so no one can get in, with the exception of Molly and Rita. Kai was going to try assassinating him, and then I'll be honest, I was so invested in the last little bit, I forgot to take notes for the end of the session. So didn't he? Well, Kreeve is very upset and starts taking off his clothes. That's all I got,
all the
but I know there was
Yeah.
more than
We
that.
got the doors closed with all of us inside.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Kai has the portal position to be able to do a crossbow bolt.
Sounds like a sex.
Hoshi is next to Kreeve with a garrote ready
Mhm.
to silence if needed.
Mhm.
And then he's
Or
sort of-
blocked the door with the wall thing.
that's
Make
right.
sure
Wall.
nobody was
The
going to
people
come
can't
in.
come back in.
Yeah.
And then yes, then Grieve got upset and decided to start stripping.
Okay, well then I guess I did get it.
Helpful.
and
Yeah,
assume what
I-
one might call the portal position. Like,
Oh no. Oh man. Okay.
Jay,
hate
I
it.
need you to stop.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
We've
hate
been
it.
going. We've been talking for like 15 minutes, and
Dang
you
it.
already need to stop.
It's fine. It's fine. You'll be fine.
I have already gone into the YouTube thing and said and told Jay, if you insist on continuing to do like moist again, I will break out furthermore on the Shadow Scar.
God.
That sounds like
That
something I
doesn't sound
want
like
to
a threat
happen.
for Jay. That
Right,
just sounds like a
so-
threat for the
so
rest
So
of us.
moistness abounds. You wait.
No.
Also-
look at that
No,
Just
I will
To-
reach through the screen and smack you in the face. No.
face.
So
Again,
to start the session off, Molly
Yes.
is gonna immediately react to this by just standing there still and covering her eyes.
aw,
She's
that's
just like,
adorable.
Nope. Nope.
does
She doesn't really know
does
what
the
to
sight
do.
of moobs make you uncomfortable?
The sight of anybody taking clothes off just makes me uncomfortable.
Listen, maybe Molly is just not okay with the human form. That's totally
Both
valid.
need to be done.
So yeah, she's just standing there like this.
Nothing in these notes suggests. I said he had poor hygiene, not that he was round. Like nothing in the note says he has boobs. Like, or even just the presence of the male nipple. Like,
So Hoshi's going to position herself to potentially choke a motherfucker out.
again,
Yeah.
sounds kind of like a sex thing. Would everybody make an endurance check
That's
from the smell?
Okay.
Oh, for his wretched stank.
any children that are watching this. Why?
I don't think there should be children
I
watching
do
this,
tag these
honestly.
videos as
that doesn't mean
exclusively
there
not
won't
for
be.
children, which
Okay,
means any
good.
responsibility is not on me. I did my part.
Uh-huh.
Like,
You said endurance.
I did.
This is
As-
the D6 system. Okay. It took
as
me a
the-
second. I was like, not D20.
Wait, would it be endurance or
resistance?
resistance?
Resistance is it to resist an assault on your spirit? We might get there.
Oh,
Right now,
I
it's a
see.
nasal assault.
Got it.
The
Okay.
BO is so powerful you can see it as green waves roll off of him. They
Molly
cascade
fails.
towards you.
Cartoon.
Molly fails.
Oh God!
So it goes from this to
Absolutely. So like she starts throwing up and then covers her eyes and then starts throwing up again and then just
Aw.
covers like it's just back and forth.
Aw.
She's struggling right now.
My D6 just disappeared into oblivion.
Like
Wow.
the dimension of oblivion. That sucks. There's demons and shit in there. Like,
Somebody remember that I rolled 4 and I have 3 successes.
Sure.
Okay.
I got 2 successes. I got a 4 and a 5.
I'm gonna find another D6.
I rolled 5 and I got 3 successes. A 5, 4, and a 6. Well, technically 4 successes.
Okay.
Yoich.
I got a 4 and a 6 and then 3 threes. So 3 successes. And now I'm gonna try to find that die because I am not losing a die in this apartment with my cats then on the hunt for whatever drops.
Mhm.
I got a 6 and 2 4s, so 4 successes.
awesome. Everybody who got at least 4 successes can control themselves.
Oh fuck. Well,
At least?
As in, you'll need that many to pass. Yes.
so 3 was not enough. I take
Three
it.
was not enough.
I literally only have 2 dice, so
Oh.
You could technically do it.
If you rolled 2 6s, you could have done it.
There.
All right, who else failed?
I found it. Me.
Molly,
No,
don't
the
forget
person
that
directly
special
next
die
to
we
him.
talked about. If you want
Yeah,
to
I
leverage
know.
it in this moment. Okay.
Yeah, she is not leveraging that in this moment. Absolutely not.
I will not
any-
like
If anything, she would
affiliate
lose
that
a die.
If
If anything, she would because Jay, what we talked about, I want to go the other way as well and lose a die. So I would say in this situation she would lose it. More
my.
to come on that, everybody.
yeah,
Do you have
Um,
any
secret
secrets?
power.
None of your business.
None of your
Like,
business.
I'm sorry. We all have secrets. It's just taken Molly this long to let us know that she has them.
I have no
True.
secrets.
I
Secret
don't believe you.
secrets.
Right, I didn't believe you for a second.
Immediate disbeliefs.
Here's
So
the
with that,
thing. Here's
so
the
with
thing
that-
for if you don't have
Mm.
secrets, that is your secret.
Right. What
But-
kind of shady motherfucker doesn't have a secret? Like,
yeah,
Exactly.
100%. In this situation, she would lose a die because I want it to go the other way as well.
Mm.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Those of you who didn't pass, would you now make a resistance roll?
Oh, that's not
So
good.
Hoshi, Kai, and Tanamichi,
So-
4 and Rena, did you fail?
Nope.
No.
Pass.
Okay.
How many do we have to get on resistance?
4.
I'm
Okay, so
in
I
trouble.
need 2 6s. Okay.
I have,
Nope.
yeah, I have 2 dice.
Nope, I got 2 2s.
Oh,
I got a 5 and a 1, so fuck.
Oh my god. Never mind. I got 2 successes. Yeah, she's
So anybody who got to the resistance roll and failed it falls unconscious. Who's still awake?
I haven't rolled yet. Give me a second.
Oh, good. At least around half the team is still up. That's a good sign.
Yeah, but Hoshi is right next to him and just fell over.
Oh,
Uh,
I have my breathing mask on. Does that help me?
oh yeah, never mind. Pass. You're good. You're
Fuck.
fine.
Okay, I was like, wait, no, I put that thing
So-
on.
so
Yeah,
just
you were
Molly and
vocal
Hoshi
about putting
pass
that
out
on.
then.
Yeah.
From the sound of it, from the sound of it, I think Molly would be okay with that because if you're unconscious, you're not tracking anything. You know what I mean? Like
Honestly valid.
you don't have
I
to
mean-
see it if you're unconscious.
That's
and
so valid.
and because this is BO and not sound, Hoshi's earplugs aren't doing anything.
Correct.
Okay,
So
so
I'm down.
I
While
mean, he
I-
smells really, really terrible, but I don't think he transcends to where you can hear the smell. Though that is
I
a
would
fascinating
really
concept.
hope not. But also,
those of us with those people who have synesthesia in the audience,
Yeah.
probably-
Right?
That's true. That's
Yo,
true.
That's
Those
probably
people
be
are
glad
suffering
that
a
this is
nightmare.
theater.
Oh god, I'm so
Bye.
sorry.
Those
Be glad
people are
that this is
experiencing
theater of the
a
mind.
brand new kind of
Mhm.
hell. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I did
Ugh.
canonically retrieve my breathing mask back at when we first entered Kai's workshop.
Did you
I
put
did
it
not
on?
put it on. I didn't put it on at the time, but I can now.
Sure. Did you make the first check?
I failed.
But you think as he rolled, as the smell rolled towards you because you can see it, you'd be like, "Oh,
Yes.
sure, I'm game." Yeah, yeah.
Yes. if I see a strange gas leaking towards me, yes, I'm going to put on the breathing mask.
Yeah, no matter where it's coming
I
from.
think
Oh,
because of
a
how
strange green
That's-
gas.
I
That's
think
almost
because how close Hoshi physically was, by the
Mhm.
time she's seeing it, she's also smelling it enough.
It's-
There
yeah.
is no
That makes
oh
sense.
let me
Was Hoshi wearing that suit though?
which
The spacesuit.
Oh, I've been wearing the spacesuit still.
yeah. The spacesuit
that-
has a gas filtration system in it,
Yeah.
and
okay.
its own air inside of it.
Yeah,
That's
because we've been continuing to.
Because we haven't
Move-
Be
paused.
out
We
in
haven't
space and shit,
we
yeah.
haven't stopped since you were
With
on the
that-
motorcycle outside
Mhm.
in space.
Would
So
that aid? Would I not need to make the checks? What would
Correct.
that?
Correct.
Oh, great. So Hoshi just has an image of her falling over and going, "Glad I'm wearing this thing." Thank you,
Three of us
Becky,
have
for
successfully
reminding me that I am
cheesed
wearing
this.
that.
Right, right.
Yes.
So it sounds to me like Molly is the only unconscious person.
And
That's
Rena
So
would have caught
valid.
Rena would
Uh-huh.
have caught her too before she like hit the ground because
Right,
we're
right.
right next to each other. We came
Aw.
in at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
very
Oh,
sweet.
you're so sweet. Thank you.
I love
we
that you
have like
have,
an image
secrets
of
and
Rena
everything, but
catching
with
Molly
teams.
and Molly doing a swooning.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Molly's all
Also-
sweet
So
and bubbly and
dramatic.
everything. But I hear her
For-
going, "Oh, the stank!" and just falling
It's like-
backwards.
it's important to always have a fainting partner.
Right,
It
it's true.
really
Mhm.
is.
Battle
Well,
buddy.
thank you, Rena. But
Battle
it's okay.
buddy.
This is her preferred state at the moment. She'd rather be unconscious than dealing with any of this. So
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Um.
at some other table in the future, when a player group encounters an enemy who smells so bad they can hear it, I'll have to remind them that is Heather's fault. Like, thanks
Oh,
for
no.
that. I'm gonna put that in the
Don't
catalog
Put
of
that on
fresh
me.
new hell. Like,
what have you done?
like,
Problem is, I still don't think that's the worst thing I've ever added to one of his campaigns.
no,
Will
it
be
is
one of
not.
the worst ones by accident.
Like, that's like on a scale of 1 to what fresh hell is this? That's like a 6, maybe.
Also,
Like-
before I forget,
Hmm.
Jay,
Huh.
are you still looking at direct messages? I know you don't look at the group message, but are you still looking at direct messages?
Are you saying you sent me a direct
Yes.
Discord ping?
Yes.
I
I wanted to make
am
sure.
now.
Okay.
I also received a direct ping, but not from Jay. He. Anyway,
He 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 he
Uh,
he he he.
mhm.
The answer to that question is yes.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
not the answer you thought I was gonna say. That's not...
That's a little
To
worrisome.
the person
Well-
that messaged me, I agree with your statement.
Then
I love
Rena
when the viewers are like,
is-
"What the fuck's going on back here?" There's two different
Exactly.
things
Uh-huh.
happening.
No, that's
what
the
I'm
point.
Yeah.
Mwahaha.
then after
No
Rena
clarity here.
lowers down Molly, she's gonna look toward Kreeve and be like, "Now come on, haven't we talked about this?"
Yes, you
Long time
insist
no
that I
see.
wear clothes. I don't want to.
I think
Besides,
you should listen to her.
Okay, okay. I was under the impression he took his shirt off. I wasn't aware he was going like.
No, he
no.
started stripping off his clothes, I
Naked,
believe was
naked.
the phrase.
Yeah, he's just like full
He's
on.
completely naked.
Dong out the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Does that mean Molly's reaction
And
is
to be
more
fair, I don't
understandable
mean-
to you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
to be fair,
Even
I don't
more.
mean naked, right? I mean naked. He took off all of his clothes and then they did like the Jeff Goldblum pose. You know what I mean?
Rena,
like-
you're gonna hear in your head,
Like full
does
on
this mean
forward
we don't
blasted
shoot
off.
him?
Right. Yeah. It is clear that Kreeve thinks he is the hottest thing since the sun, right?
Yes,
Um,
the same way that roadkill is when you deep fry it. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my god, what is
What?
that comparison?
You spent too
that
much
is
time
the
in Arkansas,
neatest
Heather.
punch
Maybe
thrown
you
all
need to stop.
campaign.
Is that a
Bam!
normal thing where you're from? Is this like a Minnesota hot dish kind of
No,
thing?
no.
No,
Don't you
I
come
was
for my casseroles. Thank you very
I was
much.
trying to figure out the
Don't
words
you
for like being
dare.
baked in
Oh.
the sun, and then that's not what came out, and I just stuck with
Is
it.
it
So
dark
you
in here, or
know,
was that just the shade? Oh my
Commit to the
god!
bit, man.
listen,
Ugh.
improv, yes, and never back down for one.
Even
Mhm.
even West Virginia doesn't go that deep into the.
Listen, when you real desperate.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm
Mhm.
kidding. I'm kidding. This is a joke.
Why throw shade when you could throw an armchair? Holy crap!
Oh my god, I am crying.
Anyway. Moving on,
Oh my
back to the
gosh.
dong.
That
The dong of
Rena's
time, the very
actual answer
first,
though,
the
when
original
Hoshi
dick.
asks, like, does this mean we shouldn't shoot him? Is that your actual answer? Is
Yeah. It depends on where, is what I say.
So Rita,
You
just
say depends on where, and he says wherever you want. We've talked about this.
the stank wave is.
Well, she said that in my head.
Yeah, we're doing the
never
tell.
mind.
Yeah.
He ain't.
We didn't
mm-mm.
tell
Cool.
Yeah,
Sarah
he's not
shit.
psychic. He's horny, not psychic.
So psychically, Serena, the stank wave might not be a yokai thing.
Let's just figure out what's going on here because he already annoys me every time I run into him.
I love how
Okay.
that's not an answer. That's great. Like, moving on.
Um,
Look, there's a naked man in the room. Let's not get hung up on
A
trivialities.
naked man who smells so bad, visible green gas emanates from
Hey,
his body, and
hey,
And
he
now,
one of
don't
our party
undersell it.
members got knocked out.
Don't undersell it. It's not just green. There's a certain yellow-brown tinge to it.
It's
Oh.
puce, is what you're saying.
it's the stuff you scrape off the inside of a toilet bowl. You know what I mean? Like it's
Next, no, next
No.
discussion. Moving
disgusting.
on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
moving on.
Rena, what do we
Secret
do?
ingredient.
How do you know this
TMI,
guy?
TMI check. Anyway,
Hey, you
I
asked.
ran
I
into
was
him
gonna
at some
say, what did
parties.
you-
No.
Kamichi, what did you just say?
I did not
Kamichi.
ask
Oh.
that. Anyway,
I asked Rena how she knows this guy.
Political ties, some parties. I mean, I've had
Whoa.
to, yeah.
I mean,
what party did the two of you attend together? And how did you survive? Also, can I just shoot him just for this? Like, I don't even care whether he's evil or not. I just
Okay.
want to shoot him just for the gas alone.
Kreeve, if you do not put clothes on, I will allow you to be shot.
All right, but I feel like you're, stepping on my rights. And he'll put his clothes back on.
You're also impeding on our rights not to have to be having that in our face. So please.
All right, fine. Don't get your
Ask him
knickers in a
about
knot,
the,
and he'll put his clothes back on.
Wave of violence that was emanating from him earlier.
And what happened to the conversation about actually, taking care of bodily odors?
That's not what I was
See,
asking about. okay.
you perceive this as a bodily odor. I perceive this as powerful pheromones that get me what I want most of the time. And my milieu of partners would not disagree with that. You're the weirdo here.
I'll give this
Okay,
guy some
so
Doritos and Mountain Dew instead.
at this point,
a bag
Kai
of
has,
Funyuns, you bet.
I feel like
I'm-
Molly just twitches on the ground.
I'm just
like
out
a
of
like a
fucks at
fish
this
on
point.
land.
So I'm looking at Captain BO. I'm looking at the lady with the giant axe, and I'm like, okay, one of you two motherfuckers is a goddamn alien. We're gonna figure out which one it is.
like, what are you
Straight
sons
to
of
the point.
bitches is from off world, and I'm taking care of it right now.
Like,
Uh-huh.
someone's gonna get shot in the face. I just need to figure out: do I flip a coin? What are we doing?
Or is this personal, not professional?
Helga turns to you and goes, whether it's me or not, I don't think it's me. I like this guy. That's a good plan. You know what? Pick.
Say that again. Sorry, I was distracted by reading a thing.
Helga will march over, grab
Mhm.
Kreeve by the neck, slam him on the bar, and then sit there next to him and go, go on. Pick. Ask whatever questions you got to do and pick. This is my kind of decision.
Oh, I knew I would really like you. Why
It's,
haven't we ran
it's
into each other
final.
before?
You'll have to live
Oh.
with it. If you get it wrong, you'll have to live with that too.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Oh,
don't,
this
don't
is my
back up
type
No,
of
now.
game.
no, no, no,
though.
no, no, wait, no. Ah,
Don't take away my fun.
Rita, what were you gonna do?
I haven't decided yet, but I like how this is going.
Okay,
You don't realize how many times I've actually had this happen to me, so it's really nice.
That
okay.
you can
So
kill people you know?
Where two political people you know said, go
Have
on,
you met
shoot
my
one
father?
of us.
No.
okay.
Wait,
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
We were in the room with
yes.
us.
So earlier when we encountered the child who was masquerading as the many children of Skulk and
Yay.
Smile.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, you mean my goddaughters now? Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, please no. Okay. When I used my spectral spy Mikio power, I was able to catch that they were yokai. If I use that now, would I be able to parse which one of these two is?
How did you do that before? Is that a clan ability?
It's a Mikio ability. It's called Spectral Spy. You summon a servant spirit in the spirit world, perched on a piece of cover. By taking action, you can look through the spirit's eyes instead of your own. The spirit disappears after 10 minutes.
And before you use that to tell whether or not the girls were girls or whether or not they were
Yeah.
girls from another place, which is to say
Yes.
femininity is not unique to Earth.
You helped you established that I was able to determine that they were yokai.
You bet. Then yeah, if you want to use that here, same deal. Same rules apply.
Okay. Cool. It'll
That feels an awful lot like cheating. But hey,
This
Takes
is
all
what
the-
we hired for.
I am working within established precedent.
that's true.
This
If
is
you want to
literally
take
our
all the
job
romance
Rules.
out of it,
Oh yeah.
Kreeve is absolutely your yokai in that on the outside, he smells terrible and physically is reasonably fit, somewhere between Jeff Goldblum and Thor. But Thor prior to getting like Thor and Thor 1, right? Not Thor like I give up, you save the planet, who gives a shit, beer belly Thor, not that Thor. Though I argue that Thor is almost certainly more historically accurate to the Norse
Yeah.
tales.
Mhm.
100%.
Not happy with me.
Yes, I see that. However, on the inside, with your spectral vision, you can see that there's nothing in there. Kreeve is just a sack of skin that's talking. There's no bones or fluid or
Guy!
nothing in there. Just an
Oh, she's
airbag,
still right
as it
there, by
were.
the way. You can
Yeah.
take a shot through your portal, and she's right next to him.
I mean, she's got some shurikens. Like,
It's gonna be a
wait.
hilarious
And
fun
Okay,
Fun
so Hoshi, you're saying that that's a reason to not do it. Oh.
No.
I am saying whichever one we go after, I am standing right there to back you up.
Oh, okay. Because I rolled 3 6s and 2 2s.
holy shit!
Whoa.
Now is a
Dang.
great time
Okay.
to go over how the assassination mechanic works.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but because you had the gas mask on, you didn't fall asleep on the bar from the smell, which means that you didn't slump forward, which means that you held your stealth position, which means they didn't see you, which means they don't know you're there, which means you can leverage the assassination move should you want to do that. On a list of things you might do on your turn. For those of you just turning in, this is the Shadow Horse system. This is what the books look like. It's real fancy looking. The assassinate action. If you are considered hidden from your target, which I mean only one of you is, but you is. Or they do not suspect you mean them harm. That's some vagary. You are within 50 feet, and you are unarmed or wielding a weapon without the loud trait. One of those things is true.
Mhm.
You could take an assassinate action to silently kill them. To do so, you make a stealth check against their awareness skill base. If you succeed, they're just dead. Specifically, what it says is if you succeed, you instantly kill the target without alerting anyone who wasn't directly observing them. Which is to say, if sure you were to reach over and choke the life out of this skin-coated airbag, the only people who'll notice you do that are your team, and I don't think they care. Like,
Yeah.
Must
No.
have been the wind.
I'm assuming Kai
must
would
have
be
been
the
the
one.
wind.
I'm assuming Kai would be the one doing the assassinate skill through the portal.
Yeah.
But Hoshi, if it were to fail or anything, Hoshi is still right there and can offer assistance.
Here's something worth noting. If you succeed, they're dead and they're dead real quiet. If you fail, you deal no damage at all, are perceived by the target and any characters in the area. Additionally, the scuffle begins to attract attention. If the combat isn't ended in 3 rounds, any allies of the targeting character in the area appear on the scene and become a problem.
So, someone, Rena has kind of sent me a little psychic message, basically saying we should probably figure out where the real Kreeve is first before we just
Well, that's no fun.
insta kill. But I can just bank
Attempt
that and just
insta
shoot
kill.
him.
Yeah, no, I mean, but
yeah, we don't need to do that first.
I just figured I would ask first. So that's why Rena said that in her mind. Just like
I
hold.
wouldn't let him know that we're.
No, like, what do you mean? That we know
I
who
wouldn't
he
let him know
is.
which one we're about to shoot, and saying where's the
Oh.
real Kreeve is definitely
True.
going to give that away.
Okay, nope, I'm okay with figuring it out afterwards.
Okay. Pop the gas bag.
Took me a second to figure. I was like, wait, they're not wearing any gas. He is the gas bag.
He is the
Right,
gas
he's a
bag.
giant
The skin
sentient
is the
gas
gas
polyp.
bag.
Yeah.
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 That is the type of descriptor that is apt and not visceral.
Which
Skin
one?
is the gas bag?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's like an airy zit. It's all right.
No, see, that's visceral. Stop it.
Stop it.
You added unnecessary and canonically untrue viscera.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna make.
Oh,
the
I just meant
best
that he was
fart
gonna
sound.
pop. I didn't mean there was any liquid
yeah.
in there.
But
He's
when
not
you
filled with
say
pus,
like
just gas.
like is it, that's what adds to it. That's the issue.
Ew.
When you just say a gas bag, it just is like a bag of air. It's fine.
It's not a bag of air. It's a bag of gas. Though I argue, I suppose air is gas. So who's doing this? Is he said pop, but you have a garrote, right? That's not a pop. That's a choke.
I'm not the one assassinating. I am the one offering assistance
crossbow
if it goes
bolting.
wrong.
Oh, you're gonna shoot him.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kai
I
has
missed
the
that
one
part.
up to his head.
And
From
knows
the
that
last
he's
session.
the yokai from the shit.
Yeah,
Right.
So
I
Kai's
got that
the one
part.
doing the assassinate, and then if it goes wrong, Hoshi's right there
see.
and can support.
Kreeve looks incredibly bored. He goes, "Look, if we're not gonna parlay, can we move this along?"
Before he finishes the sentence, then a crossbow bolt goes through his mouth.
Would you roll the hit because you need to not miss?
Well, I already I just said I
That was the,
that
like,
was,
3
Oh, that
six,
was the
six.
number you
Yeah.
got.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
apologize. I missed that.
I've actually rolled this twice. Once last section, and once this one.
Oh,
I
that's
just didn't get
right.
I just never got a chance to tell you what the results were last.
Right. So you shoot him for
And
how
they
much
were
damage?
worse. They were
And they
worse
were-
last time. So I'm okay with it.
How much damage did your crossbow do?
Or
Ooh.
Oh.
But doesn't the
Oh,
assassinate
Hoshi-
just?
it's an assassin. He's just dead.
It's an assassinate.
no,
If
no.
you hit, you just do it.
Assassinate, he has to be unaware of you.
He is.
He's
Not,
unaware.
he's not
of Kai
unaware of
shooting him.
Kai.
Oh, I thought you said he was unaware of Kai.
No,
Yeah,
he's unaware of Hoshi because she's behind him.
But Kai was up. I thought Kai was up and
Oh,
Kai
hitting.
that's
is
right.
on the
Kai is in the ceiling.
Ceiling.
Kai
Yeah,
is
that's
he's got
right.
somewhere else
the
with a
portal.
portal
Right.
shooting.
Kai is in the ceiling. Right. Somewhere else
Well,
shooting with.
I
Right.
would, I would
Yeah.
basically
forgot
just
about
near
that.
the entrance of the
I think
place.
Right, and
I
you're
know that
using
he's
your-
aware of like Four and Molly
Right.
and Rena.
I completely forgot
Mhm.
that Kai is actually like using a portal to shoot, much like
Yeah.
this, in through something else. Like
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
basically just like had it like basically up against the wall. I was just basically like near me, and then the portal would be over on the bar, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you know just kind of
Yeah, so
Plug
he's
him.
unaware of Kai being able to be about to shoot him,
That means that you still have to roll to hit.
which he
Um,
did.
In the
Yes.
right. And I'm just trying to make sure that there's no fuckery involved. Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Because it's with the assassinate, if they roll to hit and they hit and they are unaware of the person,
Right.
then
So
it just
He immediately
succeeds.
dies.
technically, he's supposed to make a stealth check, but that's my fault. Let's go with the attack because you've rolled it twice, and I feel bad. So let's go with that.
Didn't he make a stealth check last time?
He did.
nah.
Not
With
as
the
an
portal?
assassination action.
No.
Oh,
not-
that's
okay.
true. That's
Oh,
true.
That
would
was like
you
a
say
separate
that
thing.
you are to his left or right, or directly behind him?
Well,
Where
he
would you
was
be
up
standing if best to prepare a garrote?
He was up against the bar, and I said she was next to him,
Behind him.
behind him, but like,
But like this,
No,
not
no,
like this.
yeah,
Fortunately, the portal that I had projected
at
was
the bar
physically on the bar.
yeah.
So
Right. So there's zero chance he can shoot you. That's important. I
Yeah.
needed to know. You bet.
Mhm.
So he pops. And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna leave it at that. So Heather doesn't
Thank you.
call me mean names again.
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
I would argue very specific please don'ts, and the visceral is one.
The stinkiest bubblegum pop.
you started a sentence with the word unfortunately.
I did. Molly,
Mm,
are you still unconscious?
Yep.
Would everybody who has to, as opposed by which I mean people who don't have gas masks,
or the suit, because I
would-
realized that I didn't ever take the suit off when I went to potentially help before.
Yeah.
would
Should I
everyone
start
else make an endurance roll as you unleash all of the smell, not just some of it? So now you're looking at 5 successes.
But if we
I
have
don't
the
have
suit,
to, right? Because I'm still like on the ground.
Oh no, you have to.
Oh.
You're gonna
okay.
lose a die, but you have
Oh.
to. Just because you can't know that you're smelling something because you're unconscious doesn't mean it can't affect you.
True.
Okay, that's valid.
But those
So,
of us that have
sorry,
the suits
endurance or
on or
resistance?
the breathing masks,
Endurance.
we don't have to roll.
First, you'll make endurance. If you fail, you'll make resistance.
But I
Okay.
still lose a
Is
die.
Right.
is Helgatha making these as well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
She's-
Molly failed.
Right there.
I got.
I only had 2 dice to work with. I was not getting 5 successes.
Mhm.
I
That's
had
mathematically
2
impossible,
6s
yes.
and a 2, and I still failed.
No,
Rough.
oh, because 2 6s
Oh.
is 4.
Yeah.
Yep. And you
So
need
everybody
5.
who fails the endurance roll, move on to a resistance roll. Let me know if you fail that roll too.
Wait, didn't you have the air mask on?
Yeah, if you have a
Tamichi?
mask, you're good. The
Yeah,
smell has
yeah.
gotten worse,
No,
but
no,
if you
it's,
have a mask,
it's
you're
4
fine.
and Molly that are rolling. That's it.
Yeah, I only
Oh.
have 1 die.
Oh no,
Well, hang on. Wait, let me
Oh,
look
that's
again.
so much worse.
pretty bad.
Oh.
Oh
Zero.
no, I have 2 die again. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
I need to roll damage. Hold on.
Oh, we're rolling damage.
Bleh.
Oh, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love that.
What?
Nope.
I do still have a potion as long as you're
Oh.
not dead.
So
But I only got
those
one.
of you who are did you make this roll?
Nope, failed both.
But you made the last one, right? So
Yep.
you were awake for this second round.
Yep.
Oh, cool. You take 5 damage. Molly takes 6 damage because she's already in a disadvantaged state.
Still up, Molly ish.
That's vitality, correct?
Yes, you'll
Uh-huh.
find that when you wake up, you don't actually hurt. It's not like blood loss or anything. It's more like bone ache. The smell has gotten inside and done like structural damage to your bones and organs.
Ew.
So moving sucks, breathing sucks, talking sucks, using your body in any
Oh.
meaningful capacity at all sucks. But you don't
Right.
actually like bleed or nothing.
So like someone over 40?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Back pain,
Someone with
except it's
chronic
like
illness,
from here
real quick.
down.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
You are
Um,
lucky that doesn't actually apply to anyone here, I don't think.
That's a good way to put it. Your forehead and everything below it hurts.
Got it. Love that.
Um,
But your hair feels fine.
You bet.
Actually, somehow
My
her
hair
follicles
is-
also hurt.
My hair is the silkiest it's ever been.
nice.
No, because no. Okay.
They wick off little pieces of his substance to use as like beauty products on the station. It's a side hustle. Look, the economy's rough, even for a council member.
So he goes pop.
Oh yeah.
They take damage.
Yep.
How did Helgatha do?
Oh, Helgatha is unconscious on the floor.
Oh,
And
Oh,
like she passed out
awesome.
pissed. So she's on the floor and she looks very, very angry. Like a toddler that's winning a fight that they never win in their dreams. Right? She looks very, very
Mhm.
upset.
You know, I don't even necessarily vote for these people, but there's part of me that finds this whole moment oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
In just like as a sort of lowest one of the lowest rungs in the ladder of this governmental system, I do find blowing up one of my bosses and knocking the other one unconscious with the gas he emanated cathartic in
She's
some
in and out
strange
of
inexplicable way.
consciousness. Like she can't,
Valid.
she's too angry to fall completely asleep. She doesn't look like the kind of lady who gets meaningful REM. You know what I mean? So she's
Yeah.
drifting in and out of it, still has the axe in her hand and is just swailing it like nothing while she's
Oh, we should back
unconscious.
up from her.
Like,
Hey, that's pretty. That's pretty excellent, though.
So
like,
we will need to open the doors at some point.
uh-huh.
And
Oh, that
unleash
reminds
this
me.
wretched stank upon the
Can I actually?
I was gonna say, can we make sure that Helgatha is not laying on the floor and swinging when we then release the masses back into the
As
night?
the popping settles, would everybody make an awareness check?
Oh, sure.
Am I still on the ground?
Good at those.
I imagine that smell would have been so intense as to wake you up.
Okay.
It knocked you
What?
out and woke you back up afterwards.
It's
Welcome
like
Like
back.
smelling salts.
Right, yeah, I was gonna say like the worst kind of smelling salts. Just the
Ooh.
worst.
I get 6 dice for awareness. I'll take that.
Hey.
Jesus.
Oh, you're
I-
on the floor. Would you make your awareness roll with one more die?
Because I'm on the floor?
Yes. Kai, would you also
Aw.
make it with one more die? Because
Well, that
you're
gives
the
me-
other end of on the floor.
If I have 6 dice and I fail this, I think I'm
We're on the
actually going to
ceiling.
cry.
And before.
3 successes on 5 dice.
So a 1 cancels out a 6 entirely, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, then I only have 2 successes.
Rough.
I got 2 5s and 3 1s.
I'm right there
So,
with you, Tanamichi.
I'm pretty sure that's as a fail because the
Yep,
ones cancel out
yeah.
everything.
That's
I
a
got
big
it.
old
Yeah.
pile of
I got 3
nothing. You
successes.
Yep.
bet.
Mhm.
I got
Tanamichi was just trying to keep
It
his
should have
mask
been
on.
it should have been 5 successes because one of them was a 6, but then the other one was a 1. So those canceled
Oh.
out, leaving me the 3 non.
I got a 6-6, 1-1, 3-3-4. I got one
one
success
On 6 dice?
on 7 dice.
Uh-huh.
7 dice.
Wait. You got a 6, 2 6s,
6,
and a
6,
4.
1 1.
6-6, 1-1,
Oh,
3-3-4.
oh my
yeah,
god.
you got 1 success on 7 dice. That's
I
Uh-huh.
sure did. That is how
Wow.
Molly's day
rough.
is going.
Oh.
Now,
You
hold
got
on.
3.
That's not entirely fair. You got really cool news earlier today. That's awesome.
That's true.
Your
That's
character's
true.
fucked, but you're having a good
That,
day.
that's a really good
Like,
point. Yeah.
Oh, right. Did you get the job?
So I got, sorry, sidetrack. I got
Oh,
an
no,
email
please.
telling me that they're planning on sending me an offer. So I don't have the.
Yay!
Right?
Good.
I'm super excited.
Congrats.
I'm super excited. So it's not official yet. They have not officially sent me the offer. They just said we're kind of still in the process. You're still a really strong candidate. Once we like cross our T's, dot our I's, sort of thing, we're planning
Basically, they got
on
to figure out
sending
your
you an
packet
offer.
to send you.
Yeah.
They got to come together
Nice.
with your packet.
Beautiful,
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to ask that real quick.
beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Thank you. Yeah. So Molly, Molly's struggling, but Mackenzie,
Molly's
I'm
not
doing
good.
good today. And I have my mom here, so I'm like in a really good mood.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
And no
Uh,
concussion.
No concussion. So yeah, we're
Right.
thriving today.
Those of you who got at least 3 successes see a shadowy wisp pop from the big sort of that floats up into the ceiling.
Can I shoot it?
You want to shoot air? Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Go for it.
Just as like a knee-jerk reaction. Just
Yeah, like when you see a bug. You bet. I get it.
I keep wanting to reach for the D12s. That's the other system.
Mm-hmm.
Crossbow.
Wait, where's it trying to go?
Up in
Up through the ceiling.
Like through a vent?
Correct.
Through a
So
ventilation
It's really funny
duct?
because Tanamichi
Yes?
is literally on like in the rafters and would have seen it, except I rolled like absolute fucking garbage.
you're already in the shadows. You're not noticing a new one.
But-
Yeah.
So
But
it's marksmanship, right?
Wow.
I haven't rolled this in a while. It's
If you're rolling to
right?
shoot somebody, yes, marksmanship.
Okay, so I got a 6 and a 1.
Oof.
So put those to the side. So the next 3 dice, a 6, a 2, and a 3. So 2 successes total.
Correct. You shoot the thing. Your bolt goes right through it and sticks into the ceiling.
Can
Watch where you're shooting.
can I
She's gonna
Just-
tell y'all in her head that there was some that went up there.
if it went into a ventilation duct, would we be able to like turn on a vent fan or something like that and suck it up somewhere?
Turn on a fan, sure. Suck it up. I guess that depends, one, how powerful the suckage is. There's something I didn't plan on saying today. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to make a sex joke there. It's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit. Second, I would need to know where the suckage is headed. Like, into what? What are you sucking into?
Yeah, are we like Danny Phantom Fenton thermosing this shit?
Yeah, right. Like, what's the
Or, like-
suck receptacle? The suck
That's a good
The
reference.
lantern.
Right.
Oh, that's a good
Mm.
question.
The suckcepticle? I know. That's why I asked.
No, the
No,
lantern.
if I can signal
Oh.
Tanamichi to get the lantern, maybe we can get him in there.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
still have a few
Little-
uses of particle wall. I can try and plug up the vent.
Wow.
Ooh.
So now my brain, for those of you who listen to the They Might Be Giants, is now has Particle Man playing in my head. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
We are-
Tanamichi would
we-
definitely like
We're getting up
try
to
to
some
get
fuckery.
like the lantern out and like try to
Yep.
You're getting
know
up to
where it
fuckery in
went.
the
I
ceiling. You
shot
might
the
right.
spot.
That is high fuckery.
Mhm.
Top shelf fuckery. By taking an item action, a character with a spirit lamp. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Oh,
No, it's not. Can look through the lantern's window to see into the spirit world. And can spend another action, so you'll need 2, but you do get 2 on your turn, so you can do this in a single turn. Opening the window by clicking the top of the lantern and sucking an adjacent conning spirit into the lantern, just like that. It makes a little
Oh, that's
sound.
smart.
Uh-huh.
It makes the sound that spam does when it comes out of a can.
What does that sound like?
no. Just squelchy.
Yes, it's very squelchy, like a boot
Great.
being torn off your foot by the mud.
Lovely.
Never had
Mhm.
spam.
Oh,
You've- Good.
Neither have I, but
okay.
I have people in my life that like things similar enough that it's just
Have you
This are-
have you ever opened a can of cranberry sauce?
And then
Maybe.
just
I'm
No.
angry at that description.
okay. So we need to do some sensory cultural initiation here, and then
It,
we'll.
it's
I
it's a
love how Molly's like, oh no, you have you've offended me, sirs.
You've
Like,
never
listen.
been in the kitchen when someone's doing like the fastest Thanksgiving prep they can do, and they just go.
I'm sorry, they just what? I didn't quite catch that.
Then they do
open a can of cranberry
the-
sauce and
open
just
cranberry
yeah,
sauce
just-
and-
Oh, yeah, the sort of
yeah,
sound.
yes,
yeah,
the,
it's-
the squelchy sound.
the mixture of vacuum and moistness.
You could have said vacuum and wet.
He could have, but he didn't. He should be ashamed, but he's not. Like,
He's quite happy with himself.
So,
yeah, right.
what do I have to roll?
Fuck
to
that. I'm
craft
happy
this
for him.
thing?
Like, What now?
What do I have to roll to trap this thing in here? Like, do I have to roll anything?
You need
Does
to
it
know it's
automatically
there.
happen?
Beyond that, you're fine.
I mean, Hoshi pointed it out to
Yeah.
me
She
by
literally
shooting
shot
at
at
it.
it, so if you can
Kai
aim
and
a
Hoshi
point-
both are basically like, get it!
Yeah.
Sick 'em.
Yeah.
By taking an item action, a character with a
Mhm.
spirit lantern can look through the lantern's window to see into the spirit world, and can take another action to click down the top of the lantern, snapping it open, sucking in the thing, and then it clicks shut. And now you've got your own little ghosty meat in a can.
Fake Kreeve.
Right? Yeah.
Huh. That was easier than I thought it would
Canned
be.
Kreeve.
Canned Kreeve. That's the title of the episode.
There you go.
I already named it. Roll for Sun
Oh,
Pun.
okay.
I have to rename it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've already used sun punting in one episode title, so I feel like
That's
we
true.
should.
You don't want to take the
Mhm.
sheen off the
point.
punt. It's true.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
So
Um,
Hoshi is then just gonna ask, what next?
what now?
Well,
That sounds like a great time to go to break. I will see you in 15.
Now we all take a shower.
Why did I remember
yes.
the lantern?
I do actually
yeah.
have.
You're keeping us alive with your memory of what we're wearing and what we're using.
What we have.
Hoshi should have been unconscious on the floor. Thank you for reminding me that I'm still in my spacesuit.
Uh-huh.
So
I was looking at my inventory. I was like, oh wait, shit, I have a thing that makes it so I don't have to breathe in harsh fumes. It
And I remember
specifically
you
says
saying that last time that you were putting that on when I did my
Because of-
earplugs. You did the
because of the way that we knew that Kreeve was like operated.
yeah.
The stank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you had put on the me and you had put on the suit in anticipation for helping with potentially having to go
Because
out
I
with
had
the-
gone out
on the
of
bike.
the space station on the bike. I had to have
Mhm.
mine on.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To not die.
To not die.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have a lead on because both Heather and both Hoshi and Molly got a text from me outside of the session about a question I had to clarify with Jay about some of the intelligence that was leading up to this mission being assigned to us in the first place. We don't have clarification on
How they know.
how the agency was alerted that the council was suspect in the first place. More importantly, how they were aware that the council was suspect, but they weren't able to identify any specific members of the council.
And have a number of how many yokai.
Right.
Yeah.
So they knew.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I parsed that in a way.
Okay.
Now Jay hasn't confirmed any of this, but the things that make sense to me would be if people who were watching the station noticed that the council had taken actions that would benefit the yokai, but that would, as a whole, as an entity, if like a 3-2 vote were made to do something that people outside who know about yokai would know would benefit the yokai, but that would not be flagged as such by civilians.
Mm-hmm.
So the members of the council who are not yokai would not know that what they were doing was a detriment to the station. The yokai members would, because they would need to have a majority vote in order to pass any sort of decision. They would need at least 3 of them to do it.
Or
Now,
continue.
oh no, that was you're saying or.
Or one of the yokai themselves is kind of ratting on the whole situation because something's not going their way.
Oh, that could be.
True. That's a possibility.
That's not a bad point.
So they might have like
Mhm.
When
highlighted.
Helga said shoot, like, doesn't matter, shoot one of us, my brain went, okay, so they're both yokai, even though I know we've already done the inside check on Helgatha. Then they're both yokai, and it doesn't matter which one we shoot, we're gonna think we got the one, and then we're gonna move on.
But in her mind,
Yeah.
or if she herself was suspecting, she would be like, well,
Mhm.
I know I'm not, and at least
If they shoot me, they're gonna know it's him and shoot him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, I'd rather die
it
for the
makes sense.
cause
Mm-hmm.
type of situation. So
Yeah.
either she could have somebody that was slowly noticing these changes between their councilmen, or a yokai was like, oh hey, I don't
Mhm.
like this person and this isn't going my way, so
Yeah.
Isn't she? Is she just like simple, extremely simple and straightforward?
Yes.
So kind of like fuck it, shoot us both, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
gonna take a break.
Kind of what
I will
Yeah.
see
vibe
y'all
that
in
I
a little
got.
bit. But
Same.
Wouldn't it be a valid question to be like, hey, can you tell us what the recent votes were and who voted
Mm.
what?
We can
We
maybe
need to
ask
have that.
her
We need to ask
Yeah.
that this when he
Yeah.
gets back.
because we didn't get the chance to talk to Kreeve because we would have outed ourselves for that assassinate. So maybe we talk
Right.
to her about that to get that
Or we would have
Although-
died before we could even talk to him.
true.
Now I wonder how he recognized Rena. So how long was he the yokai?
How long was he a yokai?
Oh.
Or because of what he knows about like
Kreeve.
Kreeve,
He
real
went along
Kreeve.
with way I was acting.
Yeah, maybe he like played along and yes-anded his way through that interaction to make you believe up until that point that he was
Which-
the real one.
All the
Which is also
possibilities.
manipulative as fuck and
Yeah.
terrifying.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Yeah, break time.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Yourself?
Good.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh, good.
Jay, I sent you a question.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
You feeling better these days?
I went to my supervision earlier, came home, and no.
I'm sorry.
I had already, so I've been taking my migraine meds. Just when it's stormy weather, I'm just taking them preemptively. Well, I took it right before I went to supervision, and that's only an hour. It's an hour and a half, like total with round trip and everything. And I came back and was getting hit by one, so I rescheduled and then had to cancel / reschedule the ones that I had scheduled for today because of other people canceling this morning. And then got up at 7:15 and went and got just the biggest thing of soda that I can. So I've taken the meds again because I take them every 4 hours. But this is helping stave it off.
Migraines are awful. I am so sorry.
Thankfully, mine are not as intense as I know some people's can get, but mine start here and they go up through and then like
Ugh.
the eye
Ugh.
unless I can catch them ahead of time or I can go to sleep ahead of time. And I have found caffeine is the fastest way to actually, like make them dissolve. And it needs to be soda, which sucks because I don't want to be drinking that much. But then I have the meds, and now taking them preemptively helps ahead of time. And I'm able to take this one also more frequently than others. But it does mean that, like, when I am driving, if I start to get a migraine, like if I don't have either the meds or soda in the car, I'm coming home and like on the phone with someone so they know if I crash.
Yeah, I'm
like
so
not
sorry.
ever what I want to be. But I didn't used to get migraines until I was in a car wreck a couple years ago. So we don't know that it was that because it was about a month after that. But so they're doing better. And this is helping. And right now it's just back here. It hasn't moved past that.
Okay.
Since I took my nap. Otherwise, I would not be having 3 screens in front of me right now because I'm also my work computer up right now. If it does move past this, I will need to be done and turn things off. But so far,
no,
also, just a
migraines
heads up for I was just gonna say, just a heads up for the audience. Mike had a power outage during the break.
Oh no.
So he is not back at the moment because of that reason. We will hopefully get him back soon. But just kind of so the audience is aware, like why we now only have 6 people on the screen.
I assume that was because Mike had just finally said just the
Done.
wrong thing, and Heather was like, "Nope, that's it. You're done. It's either you or me, and I choose me."
Him out. I would not have shown back up. I can't.
Look,
I
woman,
don't
I don't doubt your powers. You're full of crap. I know that you could just bam if you wanted to.
Same.
I don't doubt your authority for a second.
But yeah, no, thankfully the migraines are not to the level that I have had very bad ones where I'm like, everything is off, all electronics are off, blanket over my eyes, like triple folded to try to make it as blackout as possible.
With that in mind, and Mike having a power difficulty,
Well,
do
now
we
he's
want? I know that, but do we want to stop here?
I'm fine.
Okay.
That is why I have this, and that is why I'm sipping on it.
Sippity sip sip sip. Mike, you there with us? Can you hear
not
us?
just downing it because I do need to go back to sleep after this. But
oh, it says connecting to audio.
To audio.
Audio.
So quick, everyone say your worst. No, I'm kidding. Don't.
This my guy is just the worst.
Mike, and never mind.
I will tell you the secrets of 4 and what he's actually doing.
See, I knew he had secrets.
Yes.
There's not a one. I need to think of something.
For you should know that I've sent you the bribe we discussed, yes?
I don't like the way that you phrased that.
So, Mike, you are with us. You are
I don't know what you're
very
talking about.
visually choppy.
Me either, buddy. Me either.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Looks
What
like
is
time
your
to go
audio
from his
like?
phone.
Your video is terrible. You look like a
Yeah.
robot.
But what is your
Uh-huh.
audio?
You son of a.
I
I
think
mean,
it was
he
also
is
pretty
from
choppy.
Refuge.
How
Yeah.
consistent?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to be audio only, I suspect, in order to not be extremely problematic.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
not
that is
making
not
it any
helping.
better.
No.
the first half of that sentence was good, and then
And then
it
it
was
just
not.
went
And then you got
robot.
all
Yeah.
R2D don't. It's okay.
Mhm,
R2D
mhm. R2D
don't.
don't. Oh no.
So
Uh,
I say again, do we want to stop here? Like,
I
perhaps.
would like to know
Okay.
if we do stop here, what is next
The
step?
next step?
Next step going to Earth
Mhm.
after Tyron? Are we going to the moon? Are we talking to Helgatha and kidnapping her? What is
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I-
Kidnapping.
I would like to talk to Helgatha and try to suss out where what happened to the real Kreeve. Like, not
Yeah.
like spend the whole time, but like kind of get some questions answered before we just
Maybe
go
she
ahead and head to
knows.
Earth.
Okay.
Because and we might find more answers at Earth, but like just see if she notices any difference. Like, when did his behavior change a whole lot?
When did it
Just
change?
kind of that, and see if and maybe go look at his home or his room, because they're all in the same building.
Go see his quarters and see what might have.
Mhm.
Because we know that the real one can be alive because of the fact that there was a replica
Mike.
of Kai.
Tyron,
Right.
Mhm.
his ship was gone, right?
Yes, there was a
But
launch
the
bay.
coordinates were there.
Right.
Mhm.
You
Okay,
know,
okay.
with the data that you learned about and what you literally saw with your own eyes, you know that the ship launched to Earth
Mhm.
for like the 100th time and hasn't returned.
And hasn't returned. Okay. And then as we then are high eclipse, sir.
He's like,
Um,
now this is my show.
Exactly.
Well, of course.
Right.
They'll show the couple, but thankfully this might actually block it.
I'm gonna talk in chat.
Yeah, I see that. I'm responding to you now.
Yeah.
Kai, while we are then
Gracias.
trying to, ascertain Helgatha and potentially wake her up and everything, Hoshi is going to hi, buddy. Thank you. No, don't step on that. Hoshi is going to send a mental message. I think he's talking about the dossiers that Helgatha had.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hoshi's going to say, if we get to Earth, I can get you good Earth.
What?
But it's just a Kai.
That sounds cryptic as fuck.
Good.
CAF.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And yes,
yeah.
if you pour over the dossiers that you already have, the ones you got from Helgatha, her concern,
Look like it, but I am.
Those definitely are like I think I said that before, but those are definitely made by Helgatha. They're there probably are no other copies of them. This doesn't look like the kind of thing she like made copies of and gave to other people. I mean, I suspect my team of being replaced by body snatching ghouls. Probably not the kind of thing I want to tell the people that I think might have been replaced by Gaudy, Like, that Kreeve was the first one of several yokai. You don't know that Helgatha. Oh, you do, yeah.
We
you had
do.
your
We
squirrely
do.
vision.
Yeah,
Because
we
I
had like
Yeah.
a thing with that.
Helgatha is
as
not.
well.
Kreeve
Helgatha is not.
is Tyron. If he's not, something else has happened.
Right.
My guess is, unfortunately, whichever guy is that's on the moon. I keep forgetting his name.
So while you look through the
Basil.
right, while you
There's
look through
Basil,
the go ahead, sorry.
Tyron. Fazil and Tyron are the only two left that we haven't physically checked out, right? No,
because it's
Avelian.
Kreeve, and then there's
Avelian.
Avelian.
Avelian is the one who we haven't had anything with. Fazil
Yeah.
was on the moon. Tyron we know is on Earth. Kreeve is now popped, and
Right.
Helgatha is
And in a jar.
but still swinging her axe, which is very
Right.
impressive, and also really shows her muscle control.
I was gonna
Not
say,
let go of that thing
at,
once.
at
Oh,
this
did
point,
not let
once
go.
like we trapped Kreeve in the soul
One down.
lantern, could maybe Rina and Tanamichi like use their wind shit to like blast out the rest of the stank out of here?
Probably up into the ventilation, honestly.
By which
That's
you
what I'm
mean,
thinking.
can we create a fart fan? And yes, I think you can.
Yes, and just
Mhm.
Come on. You bet.
Also, would we be able to contact? Well, obviously we can contact, but how does everybody feel about contacting our handlers to see about them taking the lantern and us getting a new one unless we have a second lantern somewhere?
Well, we all should have one.
This was this was a different lantern. That was the lantern that was given us by the children, right? Not our soul lanterns.
No, it was a
I
soul lantern.
thought
It was
this
a soul
was.
lantern.
I thought this was
Okay.
your soul.
that's what Tanamichi used.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like if we have that
I-
other lantern.
I have.
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
so we have another one. I didn't
Have
know
another
if all
one.
of us had
I
one.
do think it would be a good idea of getting that one swapped out so that that soul is back at the agency,
Mhm.
and we have
And we're
another
not
one
carrying
if
it around.
happens.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
that's a
would be
good
my
point.
like. Is there a way we can?
And then
do
and then the
that.
handlers can from Mike's message, the handlers can also tell us how the agency knew that the council was turned, because that is a little detail that Jay, we might have talked about during the break of like how do they know and how do they have a number and how, but they don't know
Right.
ones,
But they don't know what, they don't know
Weird.
which ones, but they have the exact number. And they had dossiers on everybody.
They might have the number.
Right. If you go through Helgatha's notes, while it is an itemized list, and for the most part, the dossier she gave you matches up with the one you have. Only the one you got is very cold and surgical and like bullet points. They smell. They're charming. Hers are more like, wow, that guy needs a bath. What the fuck? How does he still get
More
sexual partners?
personalized.
Right. It was very, very
informal.
colorful.
Yeah.
Like, but the intel is the same.
Mhm.
But in amongst the Helgatha is not I would not hire her for a desk job. There's like scramble like there's notes in the margins.
Yeah.
It's not typed. It's all over the fucking, it's very artistic, but it's not, you know.
Helgatha is
a doer.
Is not a desk sergeant. Helgatha is an on the street.
Right.
Helgatha's
notes
go
are
deal
all over
with
the
whatever
place.
this is.
They're well written. They're not in crayon, right? But they're definitely not the kind of thing that goes in a window dock. Like, so as you
that's true. We could drop the lantern back off at the place we came in.
Yeah.
Mike.
So as you pour through the notes and you like stitch little bits of side margin banter together and separate what is probably Helgatha just venting from what is perhaps true, a pattern emerges. Helgatha originally became clued into the idea that something was wrong with the team when people just started disappearing in the street. Like, Helgatha makes it her business to know most of the people on the station, whether they want to be known or not.
Like Kai.
Like I know everyone. Who are you all?
Right. I know everyone. Who the hell are you? Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know in like all up in your business, knock on your door kind of way, but in a I observe you whether you like it or not, police state, but I swear I'm actually on your team kind of way. Whether you believe that or not, I guess is up to you.
Yeah.
Like,
as long as our team is her team, and otherwise we are
right, and then you have a problem. Right. So Helga thought it was odd that when people started disappearing, first it wasn't a disappearance. First it was people started acting funny. People went to work every day like a machine for the last 20 years, started calling in sick all week. And she's like, that's really strange. And Helgatha's footage does not extend into people's houses. So she doesn't know what they're doing. So she went to check to find that, like, she'd knock on these people's doors. Helgatha is what amounts to a local celebrity, right? So it was weird. It wasn't weird that they answered the door, and it wasn't weird that they offered her something to, a place to sit and something to eat. But it was weird that they didn't like there was no register of fame or impact at all. Just like your neighbor knocking. Totally normal. And she's like, okay, maybe that's my ego getting checked. And then it happened again and again. And she's like, these people are very stiff. Something's wrong with them. So when she started, like, one of those people, she caught them in the middle of what looked like they were getting dressed, except they were putting their feet into boots. Like they're moving their feet right here into the boot action, and the boot is here. Like they don't quite understand how to do it.
Like do the thing. Yeah.
And she thought that was odd.
Mike just
And then
posted as well that
yeah.
people calling in sick and being absent from work on a station where their activities can compromise the entire station's livability would also be a security risk.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she eventually finds, skin suits, which is in itself a concern, but not the kind of thing the council can't handle. But when she brought it back to the team and they were like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, no, not whatever. This is a problem.
Oh.
And they were like, yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, now. And they were like, no. Like, put it on the docket. First come, first serve. No,
Mhm.
we'll get to it. And she was like, no, that's weird. Like, that's weird that you're not upset. Like,
Yeah, not,
Mhm.
oh man, we really need to deal with this. We have to deal with this other stuff first,
right.
but we will. Like, instead it's like, yeah, no, check off.
Like, I get
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like, I get that we can't always move everything to the front of the line. That's what priority assessment is. You can't do all the things first.
Mhm.
And I get that I am almost always angrier than the rest of you, but I don't get why you don't care at all. That's weird.
But
Yeah,
also not
like-
being alarmed at all, like not
Right,
being
Yeah.
like
that's sketchy as fuck.
Not
So
being
she-
like,
Mhm.
what is going on? Skin suits. Whoa, that's
right,
weird.
yeah,
That's-
nobody
no.
went, what did you say? Like,
Let's-
Mhm.
Oh, wouldn't that clue her into exactly which members of the council were suspect?
yes, which is why in her notes she thinks she knows who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we. I
didn't
think
see
she
that in the
had.
notes.
Oh, I didn't put that in the notes.
No.
No, you didn't.
Um,
Apologies. She thinks that Kreeve, which she turned out to be right about,
Mhm.
Avelian and Fazil are member.
oh,
wait.
but
corrupted.
not
Not
Tyron.
Tyron.
She doesn't know. Though she does think Tyron has a secret. She just doesn't think it's something like that
Mhm.
he's been.
And we figured
edited.
out the Tyron's secret that he was going to Earth a
At least
lot.
part
He
of
was
it.
going to Earth, going to a secret place in
Mhm.
Earth, and meeting someone there,
Meeting
which is why he
someone.
kept going back.
Yep.
And then whatever
And
changed,
now
he's still going there,
Yeah.
but it's not.
It's the same kind of now that like we've read through the other stuff about like the people like acting off.
They're still
just going
doing
through the
it, but it's
motions.
just not this.
That's what that sounds like. So maybe he's the latest one. Like he wasn't when she first started. But
Oh, so
maybe
there might
he's the
be-
most recent.
For those of
Yeah.
you watching who can't see the Zoom chat, Kai has said, and his secret may have accidentally gotten him
Mhm.
also replaced by a yokai. Maybe.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he might
like-
not have been one of the original ones, but it might be
Mhm.
that now the
Now he
entire
is-
team except for her.
Except for her.
Okay.
Could be, right. Because she doesn't
Oh.
actually know who's been replaced. And she
Yeah.
does note in the
Oh.
notes that she could be all wrong and that it might not be a demon thing. I stress that she does not actually use the word yokai.
Yeah, it's
She-
something's hinky,
That's our
something's
word
weird.
for it.
Right,
something's
right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time that like while the presence of yokai as labeled is a secret, every culture has boogeymen, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
for all like
Demons,
and-
ghosts, spirits.
yeah,
like,
whatever.
everything,
Right.
yeah.
So it's not weird and it's not necessarily a breach of the veil that Helga thinks that perhaps her teammates have been body swapped or snatched or whatever. Though it is not the kind of thing that you could run by your team, especially if they have been, where they wouldn't
Mhm.
look at you like, what? Shut up. You need therapy and
Yeah.
a nap and a can
Hence
of
the
ravioli.
reason Kai said aliens earlier from the chat.
Right.
Don't worry,
Mhm.
Mike. We're gonna make sure you're heard.
No. So
Now, if you make a really bad pun, I'm not reading it out.
yeah, but
I will.
It will
Okay.
get read out, but not by me.
So there's also a reserve there, and that Helga is aware that she's aggressive and
Mhm.
quick to turn red, and that is part of why she's on the council. Is she drives them to do
Do things instead
where
of
they
just
where
talk
they might
about
do
things in
less.
circles. Yeah.
Right. She's very much the Qui-Gon on the Jedi Council. Like, hey, enough talk. Let's do a thing before the war ends itself, huh?
Mhm.
But that rush to action also has to be tempered. And there's a note in there that Fazl and she have worked on that at great length, because Fazl is the other end. He's super chill to the point where it's kind of frustrating. And the idea is that they pull each other closer to the middle. So she's like, it is possible that I am wrong about this. Part of how that manifests is that everybody gets to have some secrets, including from each other. Like, I don't know everything about my council members.
Yeah.
But I'm not privy to your whole life, and that's shady as hell. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
And
secrets
the-
that don't impact the process of what we're doing as part of our job are fine.
Something
Right.
And
genuinely,
the safety of the refuge.
a conversation that my family had with the youngest when they were a teenager, because they were like, hey, you guys like have a separate chat. We have a big age gap in our family and everything, so there's some stuff that some of us are aware of and privy to and the younger ones weren't. And they were like, no, don't keep me in the dark, tell me the things. We're like, okay, deal, we will tell you things that are our business. We will tell you if there is something that impacts you, and if so, we will encourage the person whose information that is to communicate that with you, but we will not be the ones communicating that with you. And it feels like a very similar thing here of like, you're not going to know everything, but everyone should know that there is a thing if it impacts each other.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. So
with all that lore dump plopped all over the floor, what do we want to do now? Which is to say, if we're going to stop here because Mike can't have his voice heard through audio, what we need to pin down what we're going to do next.
We're going to talk to Helga.
Well, that's what we were just doing, I think.
No, she's unconscious.
You're pouring over her notes. Though you haven't aired the place
okay.
out, so Helga will eventually get
I
up
think
from the floor and
part
look
of
very embarrassed. Just for a second, but like the turn red, the flush of definitely embarrassment and not rage, which will quickly turn into the red of rage. And her eyes will narrow and she goes, you didn't see anything.
Oh, Mike says power is back. Repeat, power is back.
Oh, excellent.
Yay.
Maybe we're not going to stop.
Tanamichi just looks at her and goes, don't worry, we won't tell anybody.
Hoshi just looks at her and goes, see what?
Excellent.
Immediately, no, just kidding.
And
Immediately
then-
posts on social media, guess what she did? No.
Yes, of all of the people in this group, that would be Hoshi's
Tanamichi.
MO for sure.
Mhm.
It'd be Heather's. No, I'm kidding.
Rena
this
just is like
fool.
really interested in her acts and how that works.
That
Same.
makes sense.
So she's gonna be like,
so-
"Hey, Four, we should can my friend here examine your acts, or can you tell us like how that works?"
We've
Helga
cleared out
will
the
look over
air.
it. Go
I
ahead.
think we should let the people back in, and we and Helgatha should go somewhere else. Let you guys mess with the axe, and then actually talk to her.
Helga looks at the skin detritus and goes, firstly, I fucking knew it. Second, what did you do?
Popped him.
Yeah.
Pop goes
With
the
a
weasel.
crossbow
I
bolt.
suppose that's true. I do see that. Yeah. Nice shot, by the way.
How's this guy?
Yeek. She'll spit on what's left and leave.
Yeah. And Tanamichi's gonna, before we let people in, gonna like clean this up.
Call the
A little bit.
cleaners.
Yeah, there's a thing for that.
Do the call of the cleaners.
While she
And
kicks
just
the doors
kinda-
open and the people don't come back inside, the reason the people don't come back inside is because you hear a bunch of hooting and yelling and screaming and all manning as you hear a grav bike roar to life.
The fuck?
Giselle voice from the nothingness. Because on YouTube, like we on Zoom see that Mike's in the call in a box. YouTube only sees the actual picture, so it's just a what
It's
from the
just Mike's
ether.
real voice just coming from the ether.
On the winds of disdain came a voice.
I mean, Hoshi's gonna run towards the sound of the grab bike.
Oh,
You bet.
absolutely.
It'll zoom right across the, like, you're coming out the door and it goes past you at,
Yes.
grav bike speed.
And who is on it?
one of the people from the club. It looks like they've helped themselves to the side of the panel and made it come to life. Kai's precious machine has been hot-wired. If it makes you feel better, it looks like they had to earn it. They got a bunch of blood coming out of their face. They fought for it.
Or
And we don't see his
You
face.
should have had it. Need keys. Better.
Bueller!
Tracker.
Did you say cracker?
No,
I don't.
your
wait,
tracker.
Didn't I
Tracker.
take that
Oh, the
off?
tracker.
No, you didn't. You did
Oh.
not. I was annoyed.
What? Boar
We
put
need
a
to use the
tracker on your
tracker.
bike.
Yep.
Boar clarified multiple times that there is a tracker on your bike.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yes.
So we can use that to get your bike.
guess we're
Yes.
getting- Guess we're following that first, or those that aren't talking talking about the axe. Or you
We
should
can-
probably stay with me.
Yeah. I
Actually,
think
we need
this
to. Can you pick up Molly for us?
I feel like yeah,
Oh.
Molly's awake, but she's
Molly's awake.
definitely still on the ground.
Like,
Yeah.
Molly,
does
is
she
that
need
the
help?
only damage you've taken so far? Is 5? No, is 6.
Yeah, I'm at 4 total, so I'm still doing decent.
Ugh.
Not
6
great.
damage from smell. You've taken organ damage from smell.
Yeah.
So she will give you her flower stem elixir. It is up to you if you want to take it now or not.
Yeah, I probably will.
I will
should
take it
be
off my
fine
inventory.
No.
Hi, Eclipse. Yes, I know, my love.
So, Kai, since you're like, where I know you're portaling through the bar in order to make the shot, but where are you physically?
What shot?
I'm wondering if he's trying to get his actual computer back up again.
Hey,
Perhaps.
Eclipse, my love, my sweet boy.
But
Hi, baby. Yep, there we go. Okay.
just creature things.
Yep.
Oh, wow, it's not even going to show them.
I know.
You're invisible! We did it.
Oh, we froze on his end.
Oh,
no.
okay.
All he heard was your portal.
Yeah, they need
And-
thank you.
Done.
Uh-oh.
It needs
So
to-
because the background doesn't want to show this, audience, I do have a cat draped across my
Yeah.
shoulders
Oh,
currently.
I sort of
her
see it
cat
flash
does a
in and out. Yeah,
full
yeah.
Scarf.
Yep. His head is over here. Hi,
Mhm.
Bucky. Oh, there we go. Oh, there was a brief glimpse of it.
See his tail hitting your face.
Yep.
Yes, it, that of course would show through. Why not?
Uh-huh.
So trying to think next steps though. We
Mhm.
have a couple different options. One, we did talk to Helgatha, or we still need to talk to Helgatha.
We
Yeah,
still
we need to
Helgatha has
physically
headed
talk
outside
to her.
because she did what she wanted
Okay.
to do, and much like before,
Yeah.
she said what she wanted to say and left.
Okay. So probably step 1, talk to Helgatha. But then
I
after
feel like if your name is Kai, step 1 is get my bike back.
that, yeah, after that, of course, after that. So then I guess we have to decide. Well, dependent on the situation. I know we were kind of talking last time, what direction do we go? But it's either kill the yokai first and then go to Earth, or go to your Earth and then track down the other yokai.
It healed you 5, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to drop Kreeve off? It's unusual for agents to return to base mid-mission, but there's nothing in the like standard SOP that says you can't.
I
Well,
think
didn't we say we're gonna leave the lantern like by the portal?
Didn't we call
and-
the cleaners?
Yeah, but the cleaners
Oh.
won't take things from you.
Gotcha.
yeah, they won't take that. It's
Well,
more like
The cleaners
Oh.
come in and like mop up any blood
Evidence.
and
I like what
Right.
Heather was starting to say though. I think it was like,
Like,
can't we
if
just
we-
have an agent kind of like, hey, meet us at the portal? Like one of the
Like,
people
hey,
from
we're gonna go drop this
administration
by
kind of
the
pop through and
portal. Can someone come collect?
you want a
me?
lackey?
yes.
Yeah.
A stooge?
It's Rena. What do you think?
A goon,
I mean,
and
a
I
thug,
will
a
say
hench?
that was, I believe that was Mike's earlier
Yes, he
thought.
had
Instead of
made
us
that
going
comment
back
earlier.
through the portal, literally just go
Uh-huh.
where we were when
Right,
we
right.
Drop it
arrived and be
off.
like, here's a lantern. kill
Perhaps
that.
a
Uh-huh.
toady, you know.
If
But
they
I mean-
could bring
Mhm.
us a replacement lantern and take the one that Tanamichi used,
Oh,
Mhm.
you
do
guys
a
said
trade off, that would be amazing.
Mama.
Mhm.
Sorry, letting Heinz out.
That's very silly.
Right, silly boy.
It's silly that the dog needs to go outside. I don't know.
Right.
know.
Delete, okay.
He's been. I think
Um,
I've been wearing him out. We've been going on 2 walks a day, and he's like,
Nah.
"I'm done."
Oh,
Like,
good
I've
boy.
had
No,
enough of
he
your
needs
shit.
it. He
Uh-huh.
needs the physical exercise, baby.
The
He's a
120-pound chunky boy. Yeah.
Good
chunky,
job.
chunky boy. Oh man.
Yeah,
So-
so
Before we wrap it up, we might wrap it up a little early here. What are you doing for next time?
I think we want to get Kai's bike back and talk to like the Helga, like talk,
Mhm.
like physically talking to her, not just going through her notes to see like
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
else we can get.
And then if we can
Information-wise.
accomplish both of those, I
Then
not
go
Hoshi,
to
I
Earth.
am in favor of going to Earth next. Hoshi
Yeah,
would like
I'd like to
avoid
get
it
to
at all
Earth as
costs.
well.
Same.
Should
Mhm.
we check on the other ones on the moon before we go to another celestial body?
We don't have another one on the moon yet. We
The-
don't know where the. Wait,
We know
Terran.
Basil.
We don't know where Fazl's at.
We know that he went to the moon.
We just
we-
don't know if he's still there.
Oh
or
well,
not,
we can
Right,
always
right,
just check.
right.
We can just check his room.
Yeah.
We haven't. We're going to
what
the
we
rooms
should
anyway to check
do-
for Kree.
Right.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
Haha,
Hey,
he's
Mike.
back.
Hey Mike, let's pause here now that Mike has returned. So that
Aw.
I can insist that those of you who haven't leveled up yet do that before you get off the call so you can't forget.
Yeah.